Welcome to our program, sir, Mr. Albert Muchanga.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
So if we are talking about the environment of the economy in African countries.
The African economies have been undergoing reforms for the past 25 years or so, and they continue to do reforms. Mm-hmm. When we had the COVID-19, which started around 2020, the African economy went into a recession, which was for the first time in 25 years. But within a year, which is 2021, it was able to come back to positive growth. But unfortunately, we had another crisis, which is the situation in Ukraine. And that came up with the major disruptions. And the result is increased food prices around the world, increased oil prices. And that is going to bring in macroeconomic instabilities or imbalances. Mm-hmm. And as a result of that, figures are coming up every day where there are rising levels of inflation around the world.
Yeah.
For the first time in 40 years, inflation is very high in the United States of America. Mm-hmm. For the first time in 30 years, inflation is very high in the United Kingdom. And the picture is common. So if this inflation persists, there's a real danger that we can have another recession. But we are not sitting idle. We have come up working with the African Development Bank with an emergency food production plan for Africa.
Yes.
So that we are able to meet the demands for food among our people and contribute to
this is one of the solutions, you mean?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So the African economy, like the rest of the world, they are in danger of a possible recession.
Mm-hmm. So now the situation in the countries. What the great country now in Africa, for example, to be a good economy and the stability and everything is fine, and how it can be a module for the rest of the countries?
Well, when you look the history of Africa, when you look at the history of Africa, we go back to 1963.
Okay.
Our leaders in 1963, they called for an African customs union. And as a result of that call, immediately after that, in the 60s and 70s, we started establishing regional economic communities across Africa. And Egypt is a member of the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA.
Yes.
And in 1991, we had the treaty on the establishment of an African economic community, which is also called the Abuja Treaty. And on the 21st March 2018, our leaders signed the agreement establishing the African Continental Free Trade Area. Egypt is among the countries that is signed and ratified that agreement and is already on operation with the Secretariat in Accra, Ghana.
Yes.
So building on this, what we have indicated to the member states, and they are agreeable, that for Africa to establish resilience, both from the COVID-19 pandemic and the situation in Ukraine, we needed to move towards accelerated economic integration. So the future of Africa really lies in deeper economic integration. Mm-hmm. And we've come up with the programs which can increase intra-African trade, which can increase Africa's global competitiveness, and also which can accelerate the rate of inclusive growth and sustainable development across Africa. So we are using the bedrock of economic integration to really move Africa towards greater prosperity.
If we talk about especially for the free trade area, what's the process now? It's going on or still?
It's going on very, very well. Like I indicated, the agreement was signed on 21st March 2018 in Kigali, Rwanda.
Yes.
And it came into operation on the 30th May 2019, after having attained the minimum number of ratifications a month earlier, which was the 1st April 2018. And at an extraordinary summit of the heads of state and government, it was decided that we go through start of trading on the 1st of January 2021. And that was launched. So work is underway now by our colleagues in Accra, Ghana, to really start the process of having the goods start flowing across Africa on the basis of duty-free access through the African continental free trade area. So our colleagues are working very, very hard to ensure that it is done. And we are assisting them at the level of the African Union Commission. Through industrialization, we're on a program of developing regional and continental value chains.
Yeah.
And we're also establishing the Made in Africa standard, so that we harmonize all standards across Africa to make it easy for the traders to trade across Africa.
Yeah. Really, thank you so much, Mr. Albert, to be with us in Zoom Africa. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's been my pleasure. Thank you very much.